Go to the NFL, where the Pittsburgh Steelers are still waiting for an Aaron Rodgers decision here on his future for the 2026 season. New Steelers head coach Mike McCarthy joined the Pat McAfee show on Monday and was asked about where things stand right now with Aaron Rodgers.
I've talked to Aaron regularly, and we'll continue to do so, and we're just working. We're just working through it. And when it's time to fully address it, we will. But it's it's a process that he's going through, and I'm comfortable with it. But we've had very, very positive conversations on a weekly basis.
All right, that sounds very much like leaning towards Aaron Rodgers will return, but nonetheless, Steelers owner Art Rooney II told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette he does expect a decision from Rodgers prior to the NFL draft, which begins on April 23rd in Pittsburgh, ironically. So, what should the expectations be in year one under Mike McCarthy? Take into consideration what's happening with Aaron Rodgers. Ryan Clark, what do you think?
Well, I think the expectations are that this is going to be a playoff team. That's the reason that Mike McCarthy was hired, but he was also hired because of the work that he does with the young quarterbacks. And right now, this is my feeling. This could be the first losing season the Pittsburgh Steelers have had in nearly 2 decades. This team...
What?
What you mean, what?
Losing season? Losing season?
You just heard me. If this team goes with Aaron Rodgers, what's to say that things are going to be different under Brian Angelico and Mike McCarthy with Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers is going to want to do the same thing. And yes, you've added Michael Pittman Jr., you've added Rico Dowdle, but there's still going to be that Aaron Rodgers element to what they do. They're still going to have to get the football out quick. You're not going to be able to move the pocket like you want to. And listen, don't get me wrong. I played him in a flag football game 2 weeks ago, and he can absolutely dish the ball and put it wherever he wants to. But that's without people chasing him. Aaron Rodgers still has an elite level arm and an elite level mind, but he is still over 40 years old. And then look at what this defense was last year. You add Jamel Dean to Joey Porter Jr., who was absolutely stellar on the outside. Even adding Jaquan Brisker from the Chicago Bears. But what are they going to do at the linebacker position? Are they going to go get better at the linebacker position in the draft? Can they beef up who they were up front outside of Cam Hayward? Can TJ Watt return to form? This is a team who struggled headed into the playoffs last year. And everybody blamed it on Mike Tomlin. In my opinion, he's overachieved year after year with below-level quarterback play, with below-level roster. And this could be the year that all the chickens come home to roost and they can have their first losing season.
The blasphemy, the betrayal. I mean, this is unbelievable. The betrayal. This former Steeler champion with the Pittsburgh, to say the things that just came out of your mouth, I'm shell-shocked. A losing season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It better not happen. I'll tell you that much. It better not happen. You got Pittman, you got DK Metcalf, still got Warren in the backfield, okay? Aaron Rodgers coming back. I'm not happy about this. Waiting around for a 42-year-old that's going to be 43 in December. I'm not happy about that, RC. But I'm also thinking about the fact that, Mike McCarthy can coach a little bit. I mean, the man's not a scrub as a coach. He kind of knows what the hell he's doing, all right? And then I'm looking at some of the pieces that you have. TJ Watt still there. You just gave him all that money. Patrick Queen's still there. You still see some of it. You talk about Brisker coming over from Chicago. That's going to buffer their secondary to some degree as well. I'm just looking at certain parts and I'm like, okay, they should be in the mix. I don't expect Cleveland to be much better. I think Cincinnati's defense, I don't think that's going to be anything to write home about. I still see them having some problems, which means it comes down to Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I can see the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 10 or 11 games. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win a playoff game. That's their damn problem. I'm not saying that. But a losing record, I'm certainly not going to go that far, RC. I'm not going to do that. Listen, by the way, though, on a separate note, you're looking good, my brother. I mean, but I'm trying to figure out, I watch you on the pivot. You look buff, you look bigger. And here you look like you lost some damn weight.
I actually did lose weight. My dog, see you on it. I've been in the gym, Stephen A. I got me a nutritionist. I've been working out, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go wrestle with Trick Bill. Hey, I'm on it right now.
Hold on. You also dropped casually that you just played flag football with Aaron Rodgers. You just kind of threw that in the mix, didn't you?
Yeah. Listen, I had to. So it was this tournament, right? A tournament. And Aaron Rodgers actually runs the tournament, right? For RX3 or something like that. I played on the Symbiotica team. I thought I was coaching, right? I wasn't prepared to go out and play. And then they had kids that was out there really trying to cook me. I'm talking about we running double move comebacks. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I'm checking Josh Norman, Amon-Ra St. Brown out there. I'm trying to lock up with Marcus Jones of the Patriots. My hamstring's been hurting and my back been tight for 2 straight weeks. And then Aaron Rodgers in the
You almost tore your hamstring on first take. What the hell you doing sitting up there running on football field? You almost tore your hamstring on first take.
It was my calf. And guess what? I actually pulled it yesterday working out. But anyway, there's a play in the championship, Stephen A. A play in the championship. I'm in the middle of the field. I'm finna make the play of the game. The score is tied. Aaron Rodgers is looking this way down the sideline. He throws a go ball down the right sideline and never looks that way. And then he took his glasses and he looked down at his glasses like this. It felt like the Super Bowl all over again. And I'm going to say this. Me and Aaron Rodgers, since last year, I've seen him twice, haven't spoken a word. Even then, I had to walk over to him and give him a pound. The man can still throw it, but can he move enough to help this team win? If they don't get Aaron Rodgers, then you have to go with Will Howard, who I like, but still has to develop. This could be a team that hovers around 500, and you know what? 17 games, 8-9 is not out of the question.
You want to pick up all the names you dropped on the floor?
That's the people I was playing against, Shay.
Yep.
I was out there locking up.
Right here.
Keenan Allen was my middle linebacker.
I'm more impressed. Shay, I was sitting there coaching RC because, you know, I've been getting in a little shape myself, and I was sitting there talking junk to him, and then I made a foolish error. I remember I was talking junk to him one day and said to him, if this happened, I'll come down and work out with you. Then I'm looking at it, and I'm going like this. What the hell did I open my mouth?
Yeah, we're working this year.
What was I thinking? I got to go down to Louisiana and work out with him, Shay.
So you're going to work out with Stephen A. and you're going to wrestle with Trick.
Yes.
You got a lot on your plate coming up here. And then you're flag footballing with Aaron Rodgers. What am I going to do?
All right, from the NBA to the NFL now. NFL annual meetings taking place this week in Phoenix, which means we can get the annual head coach's photo. We got Andy Reid in a Hawaiian shirt, Sean Payton.
Nick Sirianni found a creatine guy.
Slip-on Skechers. And then the Harbaugh brothers, front and center. Here now the elder Harbaugh brother, John Harbaugh, on a potential giant reunion with OBJ.
We look at every option, right? And if Odell's an option, then we'll be looking at it for sure. And he and I do talk, and we do text, and we've maintained a really great relationship. He's one of my very favorite people in the world. So it's not like, you don't talk to guys about things like that. And certainly we have. We'll just have to see where it all goes. What's best for him, what's best for the Giants.
What's best for us is our GM Mike Tannenbaum.
Hey-o.
On SportsCenter AM. Mike T, you just heard John Harbaugh and OBJ. What are your thoughts on a potential Beckham Jr. Big Blue reunion?
Randy, I love John Harbaugh, and I hate that idea. Odell Beckham arguably is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He had a great career. He hasn't played in 2 years. He played for the Dolphins for 9 games in 2024. If we're running the Giants, it's about Jackson Dart and the future. You have Cam Scatterbo, and most hopefully you have Malik Neighbors as a dominant #1 wide receiver. So to me, Odell Beckham had his day, but
Hall of Fame career, to your point, potentially. What about Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni, Mike T, who was asked multiple times and said multiple times yesterday, quote unquote, AJ's an Eagle, in reference to questions about AJ Brown's future. How do you see that situation ultimately shaking out?
Randy, as our teammate Dan Graziano pointed out yesterday, because of salary cap ramifications, it's much more likely that A.J. Brown would be traded after June 1st. So Nick Sirianni has to say what he's saying about A.J. Brown's with us. But look for teams specifically like the New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs, even the team like the Chargers. If they don't get a receiver in the draft, look for them to be aggressive with Philadelphia heading into the summer after June 1st.
All right, let's get to the AFC. Steelers head coach Mike McCarthy saying on the Pat McAfee show yesterday that he's having conversations with Aaron Rodgers. What do you think Pittsburgh should do? Hey, Mike T.
Great quarterback, but I would not. You happy?
Got you, buddy. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I would move on from Aaron Rodgers, Randy. Here's why. He's going to be 43 years old, Hall of Fame quarterback. I would sign Kirk Cousins. We have Will Howard, and try to draft someone like Ty Simpson. You have the 21st pick in the draft. You're in year 1 with Mike McCarthy. This is about the future.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, at this point in his career, is very close to the end.
All right, so no on OBJ. A.J. Brown should be out, and no on Rodgers. That's Mike Tannenbaum with us on SportsCenter. Thank you, Mike T.
Oh, there's the smile.
There he is.
He's back.
Thanks, buddy. Next SportsCenter is at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to hear from Andy Reid today on Patrick Mahomes' knee rehab and the chances that he could be ready for Week 1. Sports Center with Matt Berry and Amina Smith at 2 Eastern on ESPN.
Got your top.